what is our lane? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like there has to be something that we can say or something that we can do other than if you want it, how bad do you want it? Go get it.
What is up, everybody? We are on the Trader Society podcast. We got Anthony's World with us today. We're going to be doing a beautiful little intro on mindset and what we do regarding our mindset and how we've kind of adapted throughout the years. Also, as you guys can see, we have our hats, obviously. They're coming out very soon, so be on the lookout. We're very excited to drop these. A lot of cool stuff's happening.
And real quick, first things first, I have a question. Drop it in the comment section. Does wick size matter? We must know. Does wick size matter? Comment yes or no in the comment section, please. We must know.
So what we wanted to do on this podcast, like I said, we're going to be talking about mindset. And one of the things we were talking about actually is Anthony, he actually set up his own company for making hats, including with his new hat company, Living Icon, which is really dope. How you end up getting that far?
Well, really what happened is I sat back and I was like going to all these vendors and I was looking at all these different hats and I had to like pay like for this and pay for this, pay for this and pay for this. And I was just like, it cannot be that hard to like open up your own shop. If people are doing it, then obviously I can do it as well. It's really fucking hard. It's not that easy. You have to apply to a shit ton of different vendors. You have to do all this other stuff. But it's been a really cool learning experience because it's something so different than I've built, than I've ever done. We've built nothing but online businesses. And for me now, it's like all of a sudden, it's like I'm really passionate about it because it's like I'm building like a true brick and mortar business, like a huge embroidery business. We're going to be doing hats. We're going to be doing shirts. We're going to be doing towels, mouse pads. And I'm just making like a shit ton of connections. And it's just such a different business. And it's honestly like it's not that profitable. It's kind of profitable, but not that profitable, but it's about control. And I knew that I wanted to say, like, for us, with Trader Society, like, if we sell 100 hats, I can have us another 100 hats tomorrow.
Yeah,
and that was like what I wanted to make sure that we did. And that we could experiment, that we could test without having to spend so much fucking money on hats. We could test and experiment. And so for me, I just went into it like if other people can do it, I can do it too. And I have to just accomplish it and go after it. So that was like really like just full force into it.
Dude, that's so cool, man.
So way too fast.
We've been talking about like doing this stuff ever since we've known each other pretty much. Like, oh, let's get a clothing company going. But the hardest part is like finding the pieces to get it all going and rolling and like.
That really is the hardest part about it. Like it's really, really hard. And it's like honestly, like even like the big embroidery machine, like it wasn't that. I mean, it was expensive, but you get like crazy financing because it's a new business. And like I think like I pay like $600 a month for that machine.
Yeah.
And like. That means like I could literally do like.
For example, you give it a guy that comes in, wants to do an order of 1,000 hats. You can upsell the hats. You can upsell the embroidery, and next thing you know, you're making $5-6 grand on just that.
Exactly.
Which is nice, and that pays for your machine for a year.
Exactly. And so like it's a good business. It's definitely a good business, and it's not rocket science. It's just getting out there, making connections. And honestly, like I would actually advise like anybody that wants to like start a business in their garage or anywhere like that, it's actually a really good business to do that because it's not that expensive. It's not that expensive to start, and it's all about making connections and hard work. And like I know people that have started with less than $1,000. Started businesses like this.
Bro. Oh, for sure.
And so it's just about their hustling.
Exactly.
You got to have that hustler mindset, that mentality.
Dude, it's the truth. It's like the people that want to make it happen are the ones that are making it happen by putting in the work, sleeping less, just putting their mind to what they want to accomplish. And I think it's dope.
At the end of the day, if you want something, you're going to make that. You're going to make it happen. That's just, it's inevitable. Like you're not going to take no for an answer. You know what I mean? Exactly. If you are that dedicated.
And that's where I'm at right now. Like I have myself, like I'm taking away the things I love to do until I hit a certain number, monthly income. I'm not drinking. I'm not doing any of that stuff until I hit this number. And it sucks because like, of course I want to be, having beers with the boys and stuff. But at the same time, like I am so committed and I've held myself back for so stinking long that that's what I have to do. Like I have to take away my pleasures to get to where I want.
Yeah. And that's a good thing to have, and that's a good mindset like to go into things because you are doing it selfishly, which is
Mm-hmm.
which is a good thing. And it's like what you're doing is you're taking away your pleasures in order to make you motivate yourself and drive yourself further and faster. And I love that. I love that because you're like me. You're an extremist. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's either like I'm drinking 36 beers in one day, or I'm not drinking for 36 days.
Yes.
Like there's no in between ground. There's no just I'm just gonna have one. Like it doesn't work that way. And so I love that you're the all in person, and that's like a very, very good mindset to have. Just also in that process, don't get lost in not having fun and not living life
No,
as
for
well.
sure.
Make sure you still have fun and live your life, but you don't need alcohol to have
No,
fun.
no.
You don't need to have
And
alcohol
I
fun.
definitely will be having fun, but like at the same time, I've held myself back for literally so long by being super consistent, having all these good things rolling for me, and then kind of letting off the gas. And now I'm like, no, I'm all gas, no brakes, ready to just literally
Hit that wall.
hit that wall.
So go hit that wall, go straight through them fucking barriers. You know what I'm
Exactly,
saying?
man. And I'm just like, I'm ready for it. I'm so
That's awesome.
motivated, and just like, to me, this is for myself and committing to myself. I've told myself for the longest time now that I'm going to do all these things. And like I said, I'll do it for 2, 3, 4 weeks. And then all of a sudden I'll let my foot off the gas and end up, partying 3, 4 days. And I'm all unmotivated at that point, trying to recover from that.
Yeah.
And it's just not good for me. It's not.
It's not. I'm over the party.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
like to an
I think
to an
the
extent.
whole energy around us has changed where we're all ready for it.
yeah.
We're all ready to take this to the next level and be the best that we can all be. And
Absolutely.
I love it.
It's and it's like, and it's also like an energy change is like we have so much more fun just going to playing golf with the boys.
Yeah.
Or sit up here listening and singing karaoke, drinking beer than we
Yeah.
do actually like going out to a club.
Oh.
And it's way cheaper. And it's way fucking cheaper. So we just have more fun. So I love seeing this mindset shift. So your point of action right now and to accomplish and achieve these goals are taking away the things that you like really enjoy
Mhm.
and making it like where you have to earn it.
I have
right?
to earn it. Yep.
You have to earn it. And so would you recommend that for everybody, or is that what you have to do because
If you
that's
have
a hard thing?
Yeah, no, if you have the belief in yourself that you should be at some point, I think taking away the pleasures to get there is 100% a way to overcome like the lack of not getting there.
Yeah.
And for me, I have to do it.
Yeah.
I literally have to do it because it does hold me back. If I drink one day, the next day I'm not near as good. Like my fitness, my health, my trading, everything. Like I should
just
be
not the same.
doing way better.
Yeah.
And it's all about being self-aware, right?
It's also your own worst critic too.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I mean, I should be better. There's no reason why I shouldn't be at the very top, and I'm not there. And to me, this is going to get me there because I have made this commitment with myself that I will not go against my word to myself.
Yeah.
And usually
That's
I do.
awesome. That's
usually I
awesome.
do, and I'm ready.
What's that? There's a reel going around right now, and it's like you tell your boss you're gonna be at work 9 to 5, but then you tell yourself you're gonna start that YouTube channel after, but you don't.
Yeah.
Because it's easier to lie to yourself than it is to other people.
Yeah.
And so that self-worth, that self-accountability is key. Like I think that is a huge mindset and a huge thing in what you have to be is knowing that, and also like putting yourself in the position like, okay, I'm here and this is where I want to go.
Mhm.
And it's like a huge humbling and ego experience. Like I did with the cars, like we just talked about in the mini cast. It was like a huge ego thing. Like I had to like let go of my ego and lose myself. And that was like for me, it was getting rid of the cars was that like, how do you explain it? Like that item for
Yeah.
me. Like for me, like losing the car, not losing the cars, but getting rid of the cars was me getting rid of that ego as well.
Yeah.
So like I attached my ego to the cars in a sense, but not really. Does that make sense?
No, I mean,
Does that make sense a
Yeah,
little
no, 100%. Like, obviously, like that was part of your journey. Is
Yeah.
like you got the McLaren, and that kind of set you off. Like
Yeah.
you had to make life work after that point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, now you look at where you are, bro. You got like a driveway. Like you what? Sold one car?
I got the other one's like being sold currently.
The Ferrari's being sold?
Ferrari's
okay,
being sold.
So you sold 2 of your cars, but still you have like what, 7 cars in
Yes, but I got rid of my babies.
Your babies, yeah.
I've worked really
cool.
hard for.
And then what? In a year you're gonna get that Bentley, right?
Bentley.
I mean, the Bugatti. My
yes.
bad.
Yeah,
Bentley.
Bentley. I mean, I'll take a Bentley. You know what I'm saying? No, my goal is in a year to get the Bugatti, but I had to but we'll see. I might not even want it by the time I get there.
Yeah.
It might just. It's like I noticed for me that like the cars, as soon as I bought them, it was like the experience of like going and getting them. And then like the first thing I did when I went to the Ferrari, I went through a Starbucks drive-through. That's like the first thing I did. Like who buys a $600,000 car and the first thing you fucking do is go through Starbucks drive-through?
You.
And so and then I realized after, and then I think we parked it, and then we just sat there, and that's all we did. And then we went and jumped in the pool and drank. I'm pretty sure that's all we did that day. And so like it was a really cool experience, but I realized like as soon as I got it, it was done.
Yeah.
It was done. And then like I held on to those experiences way too long and way too hard. And so like now like the growth is like about to just completely just go even further because I don't know, there's just no attachment anymore. There's no attachment. Sure. Losing that attachment to items and things just make you like so much more free.
And then that's where I am.
And when you have that freedom though, like that free mindset, you're just elevated. Like everything about you is elevated.
Exactly. I'm literally not attached to anything right now. And I love it. It's like a learned skill, I think, to like be detached or not attached to anything.
Yeah.
Because we have these things, we like them, they become part of us. But at the end of the day, like what is really us is what's inside of us. And
that and with social media and everything that we do on social media.
What the heck?
And that was like
he has a bug on your finger.
There's a bug on your finger over there. You see that bug over there crawling? It's crawling right there. Protein. But like, and especially with like social media, like it's easy to like hold that like attachment to like social media. Like I know I catch myself a lot of times like just like checking shit, and it's just like we probably shouldn't be doing that. And so it's like the same thing that's I think we're all going through. Like I see Grant going through it. I see all of us. It's like we're just in this fucking mindset lane right now and this our own fucking lane. Ain't nothing even coming close or comparing anything to us. So how do people get this mindset? What do you think it is?
Well, I think it was an energy shift in the office. I mean, we all kind of talked about it. Like, you know, we've been talking about this. Like, let's commit, let's do this, let's be consistent. And now I think it just took one or two of us to be like, nope, we're being consistent. Yeah. Otherwise, get out. Because,
right.
You know, like we have so many different lanes where we could be making millions and millions of dollars a month. Mm-hmm. And me personally, even like so many different opportunities that I have right now, and I have not taken advantage of it at all. And I'm sick of it. Yeah. Like I could be making way more money trading. I rarely lose trades. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know my system, and I get lackadaisical with it. Like I'll take, you know, maybe 2-3 trades a week. And there's so many different setups where I'm like, oh man, that was a great setup. For example, US 30 this last Friday. I had it marked up. I had the alert set. It hit exactly where I wanted it to go, but I was doing something else during this, and it ended up dropping, I think, 6,000 points. Jeez. And that's just one of the things where like that stuff bothers me because I should be taking advantage of my skill set in every aspect, and I'm not.
So, okay. So I agree with that, but how are they going to get this mindset? How do we help them get to this mindset? Because like I've actually had a hard time with this, and like everyone asks me this all the time, and I'm like, well, you just got to make the fucking choice to do it, and that's like really all I know to say.
That's all it is,
like,
man.
You just got to make the choice to do it. But
how bad do you want it?
Well, how can we teach people to get there though? What is our lane? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like there has to be something that we can say or something that we can do other than if you want it, how bad do you want it? Go get it. Okay. Everyone says that, like, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm trying to find that. What's that wave that we can say? What's that new thing that we can say? That new thing that we can teach someone is like how do we trick them? Like you're tricking yourself right now by taking away the things that you like.
Yep.
How do we teach them to trick themselves into thinking this way?
Okay, well, for me, it was like the first thing I did was write down my goals, write down all my businesses that I have and what I believe their revenue should be monthly. And then I wrote down the list of what is it going to take for me on these specific businesses to get there. And I realized that it's like I'll post 3 or 4 times in a week, and then maybe the next week 2 or 3 times, once or twice. I'm going to be posting every day for 90 days straight, just consistent. That's what I'm going to be doing with every business I have, consistent on every business. And that's what I have to do in order to reevaluate at that 90 days to see if that's what's working. So it's trial and error, for me, but I want it really bad. And that was like the mindset shift for me. Like, I want a different life. I want to be able to go buy a Ferrari. I want to be able to do whatever I want to do. Yeah. So I think it's just for me and my own personal self, it was taking away the things that have been holding me back, and I already feel like way different.
I love that. Connor, do you have a notebook and pen and paper? Damn it. I want to write this down. I want to write these steps down for these people. So first thing is first, is self-evaluation.
Yes.
Self-realization. Realizing that what you are and where you're at in life and where you want to be. Writing down those goals, financial goals, just all those goals. I'm a big believer, like you see me all the time, I'll just write down random goals.
Yeah.
And so I'm a big believer in writing down the goals.
Perfect.
You saw that catch? You can call me the next
I think first step is being self-aware and being truthful with yourself, like, hey, where do I lack and what am I really good at?
Self-awareness. And self-awareness is not just like, it's like also, asking for help in the self-awareness. Like, you have to realize, okay, this is really what I'm really good at. Mm-hmm. And this is also like what I need to do, I think, to get here. And then you have to go through trial and error. Yep. So self-awareness, and then I believe it's trial and error.
100%
trial and error. Because you're going to fail.
Does it go self-awareness, taking risks?
I think that's trial and error.
Yeah.
I think risk
goes with trial and error.
Yeah, I mean, because like if you're not taking if you're not taking risk in life, then you're probably not even listening to this podcast. Like, everyone that's listening to this podcast, they're taking risks. They're trying to be better. They're trying to do something. So like, I applaud you for that, for doing that, because that is a hard thing. And the normality is to go get a 9-to-5 job and to stick to something and then die, and that's like it, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's what a normal fucking life is.
It is.
So it goes self-awareness, trial and error, risk, like, learning what you need to do. And I love the self-awareness. And so was it like, what made you want to become self-aware?
I think it just happened, bro. Like, it was like me taking a deeper look into myself and kind of getting out of the matrix of life.
Feeling that you're not
like, just being truthful with yourself, man. I think it's so big. Like, I know I lack in consistency, and that bothers me because, like, my heart is, I got that Mamba mentality, bro.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I'm in this position, but at the same time, what has held me back is just, honestly, it's been the consistency.
Same. I'm very big in that because, like, I used to be, like, really, really good shape, and I've always been the person that's like, well, give me 3 months and I'll get in shape, or give me 3 months and I'll do this. Give me 3 months and I could do that. But yet I'm catching myself in 3 months not doing that or not being that. And I've been that way for a very long time. The only thing that I can say I've really been consistent in is business.
Yeah.
But like right now I'm super focused on my health and stuff like that. And it's been really, really good. And I could see myself being more and more consistent, and it's really nice. And so like, I know there's that how do you explain it? Like, you look at this is a perfect example, and this might stir up a lot of shit, but I don't really care. You look at people like LeBron, and then you look at people like Kobe. Mm-hmm. Okay, for me, LeBron is definitely the better athlete.
Yeah,
hands down.
Absolutely.
Kobe's the better basketball player.
Absolutely.
Kobe is just he was there shooting every fucking free throw every day. He was there before. He was there, and I'm not gonna say that LeBron doesn't do that. I'm not trying to speak on LeBron's life. But I can just see it in his energy. You can feel their energies. Like, I've been to basketball games with both of them playing, and there is such a different energy that when Kobe walked in and then when LeBron walked in, it was such a different
Kobe
feeling.
is going to try till the very last second.
Exactly.
And then he's going to reevaluate after he lost, or if he won, he's going to reevaluate all the stuff that he did wrong.
Exactly.
And he's going to be upset with himself.
Exactly.
And he's going to want to fix that. So he's going to be in the gym doing it.
I love that. And that's what that self-awareness is. And like, that's what I've learned too. And that's because, and I feel like it's very easy to get lazy and when you are naturally somewhat gifted at some things. Because like I've always been naturally athletic. So it's like, I've always been like, oh, well, I don't really need to be in shape because I can go out there and play basketball and football. Yeah, I can technically do that. But then I go out there and get my ass kicked and I'm like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Checking my pulse and shit. So self-awareness, then trial and error. What is next? So you're taking the risk, trial and error, and then consistency. Being consistent. And this does not just apply with trading. This applies with everything in life.
Man. Like so if anyone knows, like I'm recently divorced, right? And in that relationship, I was very, I confided to what that relationship needed instead of staying true in myself. And I made like a promise to myself that I will never change myself for anyone ever again. I don't care who it is. I will never change myself for anyone. And so part of that, and I think part of this new growth in me is like realizing that about myself is like, I haven't had really a great relationship ever. And it's because I was not authentic with myself. And I changed who I was
to fit them,
to fit that. And that's one of the biggest learning things that I learned in this past situation is that I will be me no matter what now. And I will set my boundaries and there will be no crossing those boundaries. Otherwise,
what do you stand for?
Yeah, exactly.
I love that, bro. Congratulations. Well,
no, it is.
It's a bad congratulations. I meant like congratulations on learning a lot about yourself.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing, dude. You learn if you take that's the cool part of it. If you take like every little thing you go through, and learn from it, you become better after every one of those situations. I've always become so much better after every, relationship.
You learn that not everything is happening to you, it's happening because of you.
Yes.
And that is like the biggest self-awareness I think that I could ever say to anyone. And I think you could too. Like everything, the moment you realize that everything that you want is on your back. Yep. Everything that you've accomplished is on your back. Everything you've done is on your back, and everything you failed at is on your back.
Yep.
It's on you. You come in this world pretty much alone. You're gonna leave it alone. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's like everything is on you. So having that super awareness of that is it's money. It's money. I love seeing the energy. So after consistency,
I mean,
the biggest thing with consistency I can say is not getting comfortable.
I mean, you should
no laziness.
I say if you're trying to be consistent, like for me, it's one of my things. I'm writing my goals down every 2 days. So it's not every day, but it's every 2 days where I want to be, and I want to stay on track with that. And so that's just part of me holding myself accountable to staying consistent.
Have you heard of the five steps that Andy Frisella does? He says that you should have 5 critical tasks, and every single day. And he says you should do those 5 critical tasks. The first things you should do are those. He says if it's not a habit, then it will form a habit.
Yeah.
So, like, let's say one of your critical tasks could be go to the gym. If you don't go to the gym every single day, then this should be a critical task for you to go to the gym every day. For me, my 5 critical task is every Tuesday I play golf. Like it's my my escape. It's my release. Like every Tuesday morning I'm hitting golf balls, for an hour. It's like, it's my okay. Monday's hectic, chaotic for me. Tuesday it's like first thing in the morning, still hectic and chaotic, but it's like, okay, let me have my release. And so like I have it wrote down. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and all of those days. So like on Saturday and Sunday, it's like put my phone away for 2 hours and spend it with the kids. Nice. 2 hours a day. And so like, and it almost now it's just a habit. Like it's a habit now.
Yeah.
And so like now I'm at a point where on Tuesdays I've removed golf, and I've added something else now.
Okay.
So now it's like I'm accomplishing tasks, but it's like I think that like, and he says this too. He's like once you accomplish those 5 tasks, then you're done for the day. He's like you can go fucking sleep.
Yeah.
You can go home, you can sleep because you accomplished your 5 critical tasks. And it's making sure that you're a little bit better every single day. And then it becomes a habit. Then you throw one thing in, then you throw another thing in, and then another thing in. Before you know it, you have 20 habits that you do every day that you don't even realize you're doing. But when you started, you didn't do any of them.
Yeah.
And
No,
so like
that's
the 5 critical tasks I think is a really fucking game changer. So I'll send you the episode.
for
You
sure.
should fucking listen to that one. Yeah,
Definitely.
I'll try and find it too before we release this so we can drop it down below. So now we have self-awareness, trial and error, consistency. What comes after that? Like, because you can't just be consistent. There has to be something that you find, that you do, that gives you that, not necessarily that edge, that gives you that growth. What do you think that is?
That gives you the growth. I mean, it's okay. So being
'Cause I
consistent
don't
in what
think
you want to do.
I don't think it's one of those things where you either have it or you don't. I don't think it's that.
No.
I don't think it's. I think you can teach yourself to be great.
Definitely. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. When I first started Forex, bro, I was so insecure in like life because like I didn't know what I was gonna do, you know, and I was insecure, but I did. Like I've always knew somehow, some way that I was gonna make life happen to where I lived out my dreams, and that was like the first big risk I took. Was like everyone was going against me. I took the risk, did it anyways, quit my job, and next thing you know, like definitely had ups and downs through this. I got kind of like a saving grace. My car got wrecked. I took that that check and put it into account and actually made some really good money off of that. Luckily, because but that's all divine, right? And that was where I was at. But taking that risk, and then I got insanely good at scalping and like making a lot of money trading, and within under a year. And I took that and I developed a system, and then I started selling that system. So I had that income as well. And that just kind of, and that's the thing, like I stepped off the gas after I was making X amount of money and
Instead
kind of fell back,
through
you know,
it, yeah.
did some stupid things, bought the car cash. But that's me being young. And now it's like, I've went through all the trials and errors now. And now I know exactly what to do when I am hitting that number.
So I wrote down this again, and I think this is really important. I think after step 1 is realizing where you want to be and what you want in life. That's your step 1 of self-awareness, then trial and error, then consistency. But then I think the 4th step is self-awareness again. I think it's reevaluating where you're at after you've done that and what it takes in order to get that. And this is a very long journey and process, but realizing that what else it's going to take to do that. And what I mean by that is like, okay, you were doing all these things. Are you actually doing them? Or are you not doing them? You see what I'm saying? Like you have to realize that. So you have your goals every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year. Are you accomplishing those? You know, give yourself 90 days of the first three steps. Spend the next 2 weeks becoming aware of where you want to be in life in the next 90 days and what it's going to take to get you there.
Yep.
Then you use that trial and error. And then comes in the consistency part of like being consistent of that. And then after that, I think you need to reevaluate your life again.
Definitely.
And that's what I think that they really need. And I still need it too. I still do it to myself.
Yep.
Every once in a while, like me, Nick, and Q get to every quarter we get together and we reevaluate everything that we're doing.
Yep.
And I think that reevaluation of yourself, and be your worst critic on yourself. Be the toughest on yourself. You know what I mean? Like be so hard on yourself that you're like, I am not doing this good enough. Like, could you have got one more rep in the gym? Could you have ran an extra mile? Could you have stayed up an hour later? Could you have read one more book? Could you have done that? And like really, really focus on that, because I promise you, you're going to become like, and this is from speaking from experience, you're going to become so consumed with just being better and growing that your fun is now being better and growing.
Yes.
And like, I am so passionate about like business now. Like I was not passionate about business at first. I was like, oh my God, I got to own business. I got to do this. I got to do that. No, like I am so passionate about it now that it's my life. And like, you're either going to live a life full of passion and growing things yourself that you are for, or you're going to do it for someone else.
Yep.
And that's really at the end of the day what it is.
And I don't think anyone in this office wants to do it for someone else.
No, they don't. Everyone wants to grow.
I mean, if you do, that's great. But like, there's so much more out there.
It's not even that you don't want to do it for yourself. It's just more of like even if you do something for someone else, do something for yourself too.
Yep.
Because you don't have to be like you don't have to, like, that self-awareness is realizing like me, like I know I'm not going to be the fucking best personal speaker. I'm not going to be the best content creator if it wasn't for Conrad. And so like for me, like I had to take that and like I had to step back and realize like I need that in my life.
Oh, definitely.
Because I would not be here if it wasn't for Loverboy. You know what I mean? Like we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for each other, you know, trading and all of our experiences. So self-awareness, at the end of the day, like that's all I can think this is.
You know, it's also like, you know, being grateful for where you're at. And like I have this motto, like I live day by day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't try to think about a month in the future. I try to live like literally in the day, worry about tomorrow.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are always stressing about tomorrow, the next day, how they're going to do it. And I always just tell them, look, just live in the day, make that day the best that you can make it. And once you do that and you create that being a habit, and it's going to relieve so much stress and anxiety, and it's going to make you better. It's going to like allow you to be in the moment instead of like constantly thinking about the future.
I 100% agree with that. Live in the now.
Hey, real quick, can you hear me in guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Good. Right on. I don't ever come on these podcasts, right? This is Conrad, by the way, if you're listening in and watching. I'm loving this, guys. This is all incredible. One key factor I really wanted to bring in really quick was that all this is incredible. You're dealing with so many different parts of the journeys of each different kind of person. So someone could be in the middle of their journey and they really need to hear this, right? Or I won't say the end, but for the beginners, for the people that are just starting or just have this idea, right? We did a mini cast, you and me, Anthony, on the first step. And I think that is the most important step out of all of these. So I wanted to see if you guys could put in, you know, maybe 3 sentences or less of, maybe not, we won't, we will reduce it to that. But how would you put in the first step into all of this? Because like I said, it is the most important part to this. You can go around in circles all day until you take that first step.
You can go if you want.
He's like, hey, you can go. I don't know what to say.
No.
First step for me, when you, you got to, Jesus. Thanks, Conrad. First step is really, really realizing that I think it's becoming really clear on what it is that you are wanting out of life. Become really, really honed in on that, because you're always going to find a way to make it happen. So I think like I'm a big believer. Like I had a wall in my my loft apartment, and I literally had a ladder, and I wrote on the wall. You saw, I'd fucking just writings all down the wall, like of goals and visions, and I don't remember 90% of them right now. I couldn't tell you, maybe even more than that, but I wrote them down. And I became really clear of exactly what I wanted out of life. And it was very, very simple. And I might not have everything I wrote down, but I'm pretty damn close. I know I am. And so that's all I could, just fucking super laser focused and clear on what it is that you want out of life.
So kind of the same thing. But for me, like, the reason why I didn't start anything earlier was because I had a fear of what people would think about me. And after even like just this last 2 years, 3 years, whatever, like I have eliminated that fear, and I don't care what anyone thinks about me because I know my heart and I know my intentions. So I think that's the first step of lose all fear of what someone might think about you.
Lose that attachment.
Lose that attachment, because at the end of the day, no one cares. Like, I don't give a crap. You don't care.
No.
I don't care what anyone thinks.
How many stupid videos do we watch a day and just laugh?
Yeah.
And these people made themselves look like complete fools.
Yeah.
But we do it on a daily basis now.
Who cares? No one cares about how you look. It just doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So eliminate that fear. And then, like Anthony said, go in with the intentions of like knowing what you want. And write it down, like constantly write it down until you get to the point where like, all right, I am ready to take that next step. I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to commit, and then just do it. Like, it's not going to be planned out. Like, don't plan it out. Just do it.
Yeah.
You know, like
jump and build the plan on the way down.
Yes. That's has been part of my issues in the past. Is like, I wanted everything to be perfect before I release something or whatnot, instead of just being like, just put it out.
Just go for it.
Just go for it. Put it out. Like,
learn as you go.
Yes, trial and error, you know, like you're gonna get better with time. We all start somewhere. If you look at my first video, I'm pretty sure I'm like all shaky and like, my name's Derek. Oh gosh, you know. But now it's like,
and now you're like leaning out of DiCaprio out there. You know what I'm saying?
I don't give a crap now. You know, like that's like part of the journey. You're obviously gonna have like these things that's just unfamiliar, but you're gonna adapt to it. And like, I used to hate cameras in my face, man, and now I'm like, let's go.
Let's have some fun.
Let's
with
go.
It.
You know? Who cares? Let's make a fool of ourselves. Let's have fun. Let's be better.
I love it. I love it. That is so epic. Well, we appreciate you sticking around for this episode of Trader Society Podcast. Once again, be on the lookout for hats. We have mouse pads. We have some shirts. Maybe some other stuff that we just come up with. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Please also turn that notification bell because we are dropping a podcast every single Friday, every single Friday, and you want to be notified when they come out.
We are making an announcement next week, yes?
Yes, we are. Next week,
so you guys hang tight because it's gonna be good.
And please do not forget to tell us if wick size matters below in the comments. Please, it is a must know. This is a must. We must know. Does wick size matters?
Love it.
Peace.
Cheers, guys.